What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm just going to do a little talk about the NBA real fast. I just wanted to go into a little bit of details about the Lakers and everything that's happened since their trade with Luka. Because admittedly, after the trade had happened and then the Mark Williams trade was rescinded, I just didn't think. I thought this team was obviously set up for the future. You got Luka, you got the end of LeBron's career. This offseason, you can make a move to get a better center, and you can go from there. Next year, they'll be, not maybe not title favorites, but heavy contenders. But they came out and they looked different against the Nuggets. And I just want to talk about how people were too quick to jump on Luka after the trade when he came back and we're being too hard on him. People forget Luka was out for 2 months before that trade. He got hurt on Christmas, and his next time he suited up after Christmas was for the Lakers. He had just I don't know if it's just because everybody online likes to be negative or what have you, but Luka's legit. I don't know if you guys forgot about that. Luka's legit. And he went for 32, 10, and 7 against the Nuggets. And they made the Nuggets look like a subpar team. The defense that they showed against the Nuggets makes me think that they could actually maybe not win the championship. I don't know if you're going to be able to coming out of the West, you're probably going to have to beat the Thunder or a team who beat the Thunder. You're going to have to beat the Celtics in the championship or the Cavs. I don't know if they're going to go all the way and win it all, but man, I just feel really good about them now. I mean, against the Nuggets, everyone in the starting lineup other than Jackson Hayes had over 21 points. And their bench didn't have a lot of scoring production, but God, the defense was just stifling. You had Jared Vanderbilt come off the bench and envelop whoever he was defending, and I feel like Jokic couldn't do anything. I mean, Jokic, he either had a triple-double or was real close to having a triple-double, but he didn't look good. I mean, let's see, he went for 12, 10, and 13. So he had a triple-double. He was minus 11. And you almost never see Jokic be in the negative for a box, plus minus. Do I think that the Lakers are going to win the championship this year? Probably not. But am I expecting them to make a playoff run? Maybe. I mean, maybe. I'm a Hornets fan first. I don't know who all is going to see this video and who this is going to reach. I'm a Hornets fan first. But I love LeBron. I love Luka. My cat who's running around behind me right now somewhere. I named my cat Luka. My two favorite players who aren't on the Hornets are on the Lakers now, and I will be watching intently. And I think that they could really do it. I mean, tonight is going to be a huge tell because not only are you going to play a decently seeded team in the Mavericks, but also you're playing the Mavericks. Luka, if Luka goes for 60 tonight, I would just be like, yeah, that makes sense. And that's what we forget. That's what people were kind of forgetting. Luka is Luka. There's no comparison to Luka. I saw a stat today, to this point in their careers, Luka is either equal or better than LeBron on every stat for total games played. Obviously, Luka came into the league, I think, at 20, so 2 years older than LeBron. I don't think Luka's going to pass LeBron in, points or, what have you all time. But, I mean, Luka, 5 first-team All-NBAs. He got drafted in 2018. That's crazy. Luka is just – you can't say enough good things about Luka. And I just wanted to go on here, talk about that. You got guys like Rui Hachimura. He had 21 points, shot 4 for 9 from 3. You had Austin Reeves. He had 4 threes as well, 4 for 7. He had 23 points. That starting lineup is so offensively heavy. And then JJ Redick is a basketball genius. I imagine if you're watching this random video on YouTube right now, you probably watched JJ Redick at some point because you like basketball. The Mind of the Game pod, All Man in the 3. JJ Redick is a basketball genius. He played obviously for years, and during the coaching hiring, he interviewed with the Hornets. Now I wasn't fully sold on it, but if he were hired, I really believed he could do a decent job. And I'm very happy with Charles Lee. Love Charles Lee. But seeing JJ Redick, he's doing a great job in LA. There was the Darvin Ham comparisons before, but I don't think Darvin Ham has that coaching prowess like JJ Redick does. This is his first time coaching, other than his kids basketball league. So he's only going to get better. I think he's going to be great. But the team shooting well, they're playing defense well, and even with having your bigs be Alex Len and Jackson Hayes, you're still out rebounding teams. You're still looking good. I mean, they had the first two games after the All-Star break with Luka back. You lost to the Hornets and the Jazz, and it didn't look very good. But I think Luka was trying to get his stride, get a feel for the team. I mean, you got to remember, like, these guys, he's playing with all new guys. Different tendencies. Sometimes they zig instead of zag, like you're expecting, your previous teammates to do. So he had a lot of dumb turnovers. I think Miles Bridges had 5 steals in the first quarter against the Lakers, and most of them were on just errant passes from Luka. So I mean, there's growing pains. There's going to be growing pains, and they're going to look bad again probably before the season's over a couple times. But I think Luka's playing back from being injured. Luka also had to deal with the emotional turmoil of being traded. I mean, Mark Cuban said he would, if he had to either trade Luka or divorce his wife, he's calling a lawyer. That's the kind of loyalty the Mavericks had to him prior to the ownership change and Nico Harris had taken over. Now, his life got flipped upside down and nobody knew it was coming. LeBron didn't even know it was coming. LeBron knows everything. And, he just bought a house. He had to sell his house that he just bought. He had to, move to LA, which, I mean, LA is nice, probably nicer than Dallas, living wise, except, the taxes. I'd be kind of bummed if I lost my no income tax, making millions of dollars a year, but that's beside the point. But he's a dad, right? So he had to move his family out to LA, move across the country, just bought a house, just settling down in Dallas. And now, that'd be upsetting, You've been playing for the same team for a long time. Jason Kidd, been coaching him for a long time. You have all those relationships in Dallas. I mean, he loved Dallas. He was Dallas, I remember he wore a cowboy hat and talked with a country accent for some of his interviews a couple seasons into his career. Like, he loved Dallas. And now, he's in LA and he's coming off the injury. He missed 2 months and it was a leg injury, so he couldn't work out. So, Luka's already not like, the 270 pounds. I don't think he weighed that much watching him, but however much he weighed, he's not like the most. He's obviously very well conditioned. He plays in the NBA, but of the guys in the NBA, that's conditioning not like his like strong suit. And he had, he was out for 2 months, not being able to run or practice or anything with the leg. So he's had to play back into shape. He's one of the guys that plays into shape coming off the offseason. Same like James Harden, same thing. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but come April, come May, maybe come June, if they make it that far, I wouldn't want to play the Lakers. I know that much. I wouldn't want to play the Lakers in a playoff series. I think they could beat the Nuggets. I didn't say that before, but I think they can beat the Nuggets. I didn't think they could do that with Anthony Davis on the team, but it's just the defense took a major hit losing AD, but not as much as I thought it was. And with the current setup, with the current roster, JJ's found ways to look good on defense without AD. And they're going to make an upgrade on the center next year. This deadline, they're going to have, this offseason, they'll make a trade. They'll sign somebody. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a center playing with LeBron and Luka? But I just know that this Lakers team is going to maybe not surprise people. I mean, they're 34-21. They're only, 3 games back, 2.5 games back from the Nuggets and like the playoff seeding. I mean, they're, pushing for a 4 seed right now, maybe even higher if how things go. I mean, I think that they're going to make some noise. I don't know how high up into the seeding they're going to make, but they're not making the play-in this year. They're going to be a guaranteed playoff team. Luka's going to take some weight off LeBron. LeBron's going to take some weight off of Luka. They do similar things. I think they're going to be good for each other. Luka might even extend LeBron's career a little bit if we're looking at it like that. Just because, LeBron had to do everything before. He had to run the offense. Now you have Luka, who is the closest thing. He's the closest thing to LeBron, obviously not poster dunks, jumping over people, the athleticism wise, but like play style, other than the athleticism wise for the play style, like, take over, heavy ball handling, basically a guard who's within a forward's body, the way they run their offenses. He's the closest thing we've had to LeBron in a long time. So it's really cool to see them play together. They're throwing like Luka throwing lobs to LeBron, now smiling running down the court. Like, he looks like a kid in a candy store playing with LeBron. I mean, Luka's what, 26, 27? Like, I'm 25. I grew up watching LeBron play. LeBron's the reason I love basketball. So I can only imagine Luka the same thing, especially being from overseas. LeBron, helped. The league was obviously made global before, but if you're going to know anybody, as a kid in Europe in the early to mid 2000s, it's LeBron, and Kobe. And LeBron's still doing it, and it's awesome. But I'm just excited to see what this Lakers team does. This is my first video talking about a team that's not the Hornets, like as the one team I'm talking about. So, feedback's welcomed. I'm just excited to see these guys play. These guys hoop. They'll tip off in Dallas in like 4 hours. I'm excited to watch that. I'm Nico Harrison's going to be in the building. That's all you can ask for, man. It's exciting. You get to watch Luka in Dallas again. I'm excited to share the crowds. Like, it's just the chance and they doubt they give him a tribute video because of everything that's happened. I'd like to see it if they do. But yeah, thanks for watching so much. Linktree is going to be in the description, like links to my Twitter. I run a Spotify, I run a podcast. I also write Hailstorm Sports Media. Going to have a link to that in the description as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm excited to watch some hoops. Just enjoy basketball, y'all.